Hello, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about when to ask for a pay rise. So, Alex, when should you ask for a pay rise?
Every day.
Can I have a raise? No way.
Hopefully you are in a position where you shouldn't ask for a pay rise in the first place. Hopefully you work for a company that have a system in place and procedures, if you want to call them that way.
Yeah, transparent promotion targets, incentive schemes,
where, it is automatic, right? You make a certain amount of money, you hit that budget, therefore the promotion is guaranteed, right? I think I always find it a bit difficult, to be engaged with a company when you don't really have a specific target. Then you have to almost beg for a pay rise, right? That's not cool, I think. When you join a company, these are great questions to ask and make sure that you have system in place to get promoted fairly. I think the second element is, is when you're doing something good, I suppose.
Not bad, huh?
So, if you're underperforming, then maybe that's not the best time to ask for a pay rise. If you are a manager, most managers will be evaluated by the budget that they have to hit. And of course, their own billing, if that is included in the budget. But in general, they will be responsible for a certain amount of people, and those people have to bill a certain amount of money. If you hit it, and if you hit that number, then you should definitely ask for a pay rise, I think. Matt, what happens if you don't hit that number, but you still want to pay a rise?
Oh, come on, man.
I think the other circumstances might be you've been with the business a long time.
Yeah, you've been consistently performing.
You've been consistent. You've shown a bit of loyalty to the business. And maybe you feel like, you've got some peers in the market, you know what people are earning.
Yeah.
And you have a reasonable conversation and say, listen, actually, I really could do with a little bit more because I think I've demonstrated my loyalty and consistency and I really want to stay with the business long term. The other thing is, and sometimes we have been open to this, where someone has come to us with a personal situation.
Yeah. I need more money because of this. Right?
And they have a genuine reason why. I mean, not an extravagant pay rise, but you have a genuine reason why, because of personal circumstances, you need a little bit more, and you're willing to, repay that with extra effort and really go for it. And we would be open to that as well.
Yeah, of course. You should certainly ask for pay rises if, for instance, you have added a responsibility. I think a very common situation, in a lot of recruitment companies, you're a high performer, senior con or principal, the company will say, hey, listen, we'll take a couple of new joiners and manage them. And you don't get a pay rise or you don't have a compensation system that rewards you for actually training and developing those people. This is a situation where you should certainly have a pay rise and have a compensation scheme that reflect the added responsibility, because otherwise you will allocate some of your time and you will make less money by training somebody else.
The last thing to avoid is the demand or the threat.
I'm going to make him an offer he can't refuse.
What you don't really want to do is get into a situation where you're walking in saying, give me this, or I'm leaving.
Yeah.
Because even if you get it, your future in that firm is not certain. That's for sure, right?
I think you should always come to the negotiation table, and I think most employers will be willing to sit down at the negotiation table. I think if you have demonstrated that you are, again, loyal and you perform at a certain level, most employees will not want to lose a good performer. It's not only the what, but also the how, how you approach the situation and then see how it goes. So Matt, how should you approach your boss or the CEO of the company? Should it be like a formal approach, like an email, or maybe like just a chat? Hey, listen, I've been thinking of this.
I think it should be, I think it depends on the relationship you have with your boss. If you have a really good relationship, it may be over a beer, for example. You can have a nice, honest conversation. I think if it's a little more formal, you might pick your one-to-one as a time to raise that, or your end-of-year appraisal, something like that might be a good time to raise it.
Personally, I always prefer like an informal approach to a formal approach.
Yeah, me too.
I think in general, hopefully, you're in a position where you don't need to ask, it's given to you based on your results. And if you perform, like most companies will give you a promotion or a pay rise because, you're valuable to the company.
That's the beauty of recruitment, right? If you're working for the right company, if you're performing well, you should get what you deserve.